Hari Om. My name is Raghvendra Gulavni. I am from Malad West Upasana Kendra. So I want to narrate my experience from 2016. Our company Calypso Technologies was taken over by a private equity firm, Bridgepoint and Summit Partners. And at that point of time, I was at a managerial level. So I was expecting some stock options to be given to me, because other employees at the same level as mine in different departments in India as well as elsewhere in the world, they were offered stock options. So I was expecting the ESOPs to be offered to me as well, but that did not happen, unfortunately. And then I did check with my country head and my managers as well, like the reason behind the same. But the reason given to me was not known to the country head, and what they told was like only the private equity owners knew the criteria based on which the allotment of shares was done. So I was like wondering what the criteria would be, because at the same level in different departments the shares were offered. So then what I did was on one of the Thursdays we always go to all our Sadguru Bapu with all our queries. So on the Thursday during the Swastikshem Sanvaad, I did talk to our Adimata Chandika and prayed to her saying, I don't think this is fair, and I know Bapu would like all his kids to grow and grow well wherever they are in, whatever positions they are in. So I know you will take care of all this. That's what I prayed to Adimata. And I think I forgot that actually Sanvaad or the communication with Adimata. And then because my department entailed a lot of traveling, one fine day I had reached out to Suchitdada saying I was tired traveling. So Dada, what should I do? And then Dada was like, he obviously knew everything. He was like, just wait for 6 months and everything will be fine. And to my surprise, actually for the last 11 years and so, no R&D positions had opened up in Mumbai location. But once the takeover happened of my company by these private equity owners, they started moving even R&D jobs to Mumbai. And R&D job meant it entailed less traveling. So that's how I got an opportunity to move to R&D department. And when I moved there, I did not have to travel much. But along with that, I did negotiate with my manager saying I should get stock options, because others at the same level and even lesser experience than me actually had got stock options. And he was like, I know you and I have heard good about you from others as well, and that's why it was Bapu's bias towards his kids, that only a very few which could be measured on the tips of your fingers got an opportunity to move to R&D in Mumbai at that time. And I was actually the first one, because of Bapu's grace, to move to R&D. But yes, he kept in mind about the stocks, and again things passed by. I think that was around November 2017, and the acquisition of the company happened in 2016. Now, as I said, I forgot about the Swastikshem Sanvaad, that wherein I had told Adimata about the stock options. So then in 2020 January, suddenly my boss calls up and says the investors have taken note of your performance and they have decided to offer stock options. And I suddenly remembered my communication with Adimata Chandika and Bapu, Sadguru Dr. Aniruddha Joshi, in the Swastikshem Sanvaad that I had like 2 or 3 years back on a Thursday. And I was like, Bapu, only you can do this. And I remembered Adimata's statement that my dear child, I love you always, and that's their grace. Of course, I mean the number of shares at that time I felt were like as if they were just token, because I think they were only we were offered 500 shares each, and as I said, Bapu is biased with his grace towards his kids. In the among 300 or odd people in India, only 10 people had got stock options, and I was one of them because of Bapu's grace. Now, of course, we all know that Corona pandemic had set in March, and I had to sign all this documentation for these stocks from January till March. And it so happened also magically that by March, before the lockdown started, I had signed all this documentation and all, as if like Bapu had scripted everything for me. And even though the stocks were like almost worth rupees 4 lakh at that point of time, I could manage to sign all this documentation and get all the stocks in my name by the lockdown, right? And then we all started to work in lockdown at home. After 1 year, just after or within 1 year rather, July 2021, around Guru Purnima, I got a Bapu Baba's prasad. Bapu Baba, as in I lovingly tell my son, because he calls my Sadguru Bapu. And my company got sold to yet another private equity firm for 6 times its value, because of which it was like a windfall gains to all of us, like 10 of us in India, and it's unimaginable. Like I got credit of 3 years worth of salary in my account around Guru Purnima days, and I was like, my God, I remembered my Pipasa's Abhanga, Ananta Shramena Milete Bapu Krupe Javali Ale. Like, even with infinite efforts, you will not be able to achieve whatever you can or you will or you're destined to achieve because of Bapu's grace. And that's what happened in my case. Hari Om Shri Ram Ambadnyam Nath Samit.